Margie.
Give me a hand with this zipper, will you? I think it's stuck. You were so late, I put your dinner in the oven.
Well, thanks, baby, but something came up. I'm having dinner at the club with Mr. Honeywell. New dress. Going someplace?
Out. Believe it or not, a blind date.
I don't think very much of blind dates.
He's the cousin of a girl I went to school with, Sally Jordan. She asked me as a favor.
Well, what did she say about him?
He's perfectly harmless, Dad. Just out of law school. According to Sally, he's got just two things on his mind.
Oh, he has he? And what are they?
Ipso and facto.
All right, but you better be home early. You're not getting enough sleep.
Not Dad. You can overdo a good thing, you know. Look what happened to Rip Van Winkle.
Well, forget about him and think about what might happen to Margie Albright.
You big bully. It's been fun, Gregory, learning all about subpoenas and torts and all that legal stuff. Real interesting.
Oh, Margie, you're wonderful. All this pulchritude and brains, too.
Well, thank you, Gregory.
I'd love to have another date with you. How about tomorrow night? Please, Margie.
Okay, Gregory.
I'll tell you some fascinating things about domestic law. That's my specialty, you know.
Shh, I don't want to wake Dad up. Dad sort of laid down the law himself about me getting in early.
But, Margie, you're of age. He has no legal right to dictate when you must get in.
Is that so?
Hi, Dad. Mr. Brent, this is my father.
Good evening, sir.
Good morning. And as for you, young lady, no more dates for you for the rest of this month. Maybe that will teach you.
But, Mr. Albright, Margie just made a date with me for tomorrow night.
Well, I just broke it. I'm sorry, honey, but when I tell you to get in early, I mean it.
But, Dad, my attorney here tells me that you have no right to order me about that way. Go on. Tell him what you told me.
Well, your daughter's absolutely right, sir.
You keep out of this, you young whippersnapper.
Would you repeat that, sir, for the record?
With pleasure. Whippersnapper, whippersnapper, double whippersnapper.
Thank you, sir. And now perhaps you'd like to call me something a little stronger, such as hoodlum, scoundrel, or even idiot.
I certainly would.
Your privilege, but remember, such terms are actionable, and I have a witness.
Margie, I've had just about enough of your disgraceful conduct with this idiot.
Ah, idiot. That's really actionable. And disgraceful conduct. Slander.
Slander? Are you trying to tell me I can't reprimand my own daughter?
In a legal manner, yes. But you've also made defamatory remarks about both your daughter and me, sir.
This is my own home, and I'll run it any way I please.
It is also Miss Albright's domicile, her established legal residence, and she has the privilege of ingress and egress at will.
What?
In short, she can come and go as she pleases. And your punitive action in forbidding her any more dates this month, absolutely illegal.
Illegal? Do you mean to say that I can't...
That's right.
Still mad, Dad? I mean, about my legal victory last night?
Certainly not.
Nothing personal, you know. We can't change the laws.
How true.
Now that I found out about some of my legal rights, I'm not going to be too rough on you. In fact, I'm willing to drop the whole thing.
Oh, no, you don't. You started something, and I'm going to finish it. Parents have certain legal rights, too, you know. I may be a little rough on you, young lady.
My attorney, Gregory, will look after my interests.
Oh, that legal twerp.
Actionable, Dad?
Well, let him sue me. I'm going to make a test case of this whole affair.
You mean you're going to fight back?
To the bitter end.
Then this is war?
War. But, John, you're my lawyer. You've got to help me.
Vern, I'm right in the middle of a merger involving millions. Besides, my field is corporate law. I'm rusty on these petty domestic problems.
Petty? Why, this is a revolt against all parental authority. If I let Margie get away with this, I'm cooked for good.
Oh, you're going way overboard. I'm sorry, Vern.
Oh, but, John, of all people, you should understand. You have a daughter yourself.
Yes. Take the case.
Thanks, John. I'll tell you what. You come to my apartment tonight, and we'll discuss it over a game of chess. Margie's having company.
Well, won't we be in the way?
Well, that's just a point to be settled. Legally, who is in the way of whom and who gets out of the way of whom.
All right, I'll be the traffic cop.
Thanks, John. Now remember, play it straight.
Hi, Dad. Mr. Bascom.
Good evening, Margie. Mr. Brent. This is Mr. Bascom, attorney for the defense in the case of Albright versus Albright.
Huh?
Not J.J. Bascom, Bascom, Thorndyke and Bascom.
That's right. And you're my worthy opponent, I take it.
Sir, it is an honor to oppose you.
Well, John, let's get started. Margie, you know I can't stand kibitzing, so run along and take that idiot with you.
Mr. Albright, I've already cautioned you about making slanderous remarks. Mulligan versus Schultz.
All right, John, take over.
Of course you know, sir, one defense against slander is retraction.
Ah, then your client retracts.
I certainly do not.
Of course, a second defense is proof of the truth of the alleged slanderous term.
If I can't prove that, then justice is blind. Now, run along.
On advice of counsel, I'm standing on my legal rights and remaining right here in this room.
Can she do that?
As the one who shares this house and is entitled to equal rights and privileges, I can. Pilkington versus Pilkington.
All right, you asked for it. Certain exhibits indicate that this room is mine. A, my guns. B, my fish. C, my desk where I make out all the checks to keep this household going. Now, you are excused.
Okay, Dad, you win this minor point, but you will hear from us.
We seem to have suffered a slight setback.
Well, what next?
I'll think of something.
If this is a test case, I'm really going to give it a test. Find out just where I stand. Do you dance?
Oh, yes. Beautifully.
Fine.
Margie! What's going on here?
I'm exercising my rights, entertaining a guest.
Well, you don't have to entertain him so loud.
Dad, I have every right to use...
It's such property of the parent as is customarily applicable to family purposes. Hawkins versus Hawkins.
So there.
Can she get away with this?
The law says she has a right to use it, but only in a careful and proper manner.
At least there's nothing to prevent me from entertaining my guests in a careful and proper manner for the rest of the evening.
Well, it better be a careful and proper manner, or I'll punch your guest right in the nose and throw him out of here.
Assault and battery.
He's right. Got a bit in court, Vern. Think I better run.
I'll see you at the elevator.
Oh, hi, Mr. Albright.
Oh, it's you, is it? Mr. Bascom, this is Freddie Wilson.
How do you do? Margie in?
I'll say she's in, and with the most insufferable young imbecile I've ever met. And what's more, he's beating your time.
Huh?
Yes, Freddie, and I'd much rather have you around than him.
Gee, he must really be a mess.
I have plenty of advice, but I can't even take a swing at him or kick him out.
Well, I'd sure like to try it. Good night, gentlemen.
Wait, would it be all right if Freddie tossed him out?
Still assault and battery.
Well, supposing Freddie thought that Gregory was doing Margie some physical harm, then could he stop him?
Naturally.
Oh, thanks, John. Good night. Now, here's the pitch. We're going to do this nice and legal. You go around to the back door and wait for my signal. Oh, I've got to hand it to you, Gregory. You certainly know your law.
Well, thank you, Mr. Albright.
More coffee?
What are you up to?
You don't trust your own father?
Under the circumstances, no.
There you are, Greg. Now tell me, lad, don't you agree that a lot of innocent people are arrested for assault and battery?
Oh, no, Mr. Albright. Assault and battery is a clear-cut offense.
Now, don't be too sure. I'll show you. Now, you are the young lover about to give his girl a present, the necklace. Now, fasten this around her neck. Go ahead. There, if I didn't know you better, I'd think you were strangling her.
Oh, no, Mr. Albright. Strangling would look much different.
How different? Oh, I see. The way you're doing it. Now! Why, you... Oh, no!
Very clever, these parents. I must say, Dad, your conniving, underhanded conduct hurts me here. Come, Gregory. You have cut me to the quick.
Well, that's not all I'm going to cut, young lady. As of right now, I'm cutting off your allowance. You really showed her, John. I hit her where it hurts most, the pocketbook. Oh, I doubt if I'll need your help anymore. I'm in the driver's seat now. Goodbye, John. Oh, hi, honey.
Hi, driver. Slave, that is. Dad, I was perfectly willing to drop this legal battle, but after last night, Tell me, have you ever had any objections to the way I run my end of our domestic partnership?
Why, no, you've been reasonably efficient.
Then I know you won't object to this little bill for my services. It's all itemized. You'll find it very reasonable, retroactive for only a year, and legal as all get out.
This is highway robbery. I won't stand for it.
See my attorney. Hello? Oh, it's you, Dad.
We've gone over your bill, and we find it very fair. I'm going to be big about this. I'm going to pay it.
I hope it won't be too hard on you, Dad.
I've just added up your allowance for the past 12 months and balanced it against your bill. All figured up, it leaves you owing me a total of $64.23.
I owe you? But, Dad, you can't do that.
It's strictly legal, baby.
But, Dad...
See your attorney. Margie. Oh, Margie. Hi, baby. Mad?
No?
That's the good loser. You know, I was just at the point of calling this whole thing off when you cooked up that bill. So I had to crack the whip.
Oh, it's okay. I can take it.
Good. I warn you, I'm not going to let up on you. Yes, sir. You learned that outsmarting your old pappy is not child's play. Margie, what are we having for dinner? Fish? Margie, have you lost your mind? What is this?
Simple. Thanks to you, I had to make some money. So I rented a room to a carnival man. He pays me extra for feeding them.
Well, you can't keep them here. I won't have it.
I am entitled to the comfort and companionship of animal pets. That's the law. Allen versus Whitmore, Michigan, 1902.
I tell you, John, she's always 2 jumps ahead of me. That's right, seals. Live seals. Oh, it's nothing to laugh at. If my landlord hadn't put a stop to it, my home might have been turned into a zoo. Sure, but what can I do about it?
I've been brushing up on domestic law, Vern, and I think I have a point that might interest you.
Yeah? 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 Let me get that done. Oh, boy, I can hardly wait to get home. Thanks, John.
It flopped, but it was worth it. You should have seen Dad's face.
Margie, you are a naughty child.
Wrong again, Mr. Albright. Your daughter is 21, which makes her an adult.
On the contrary, she can be 80 and still legally be a child under certain circumstances.
I challenge that.
As long as she continues to live under my roof and accept my support, she is legally an unemancipated adult child. Sutton versus Huffman, New Jersey. Palmer versus Baum, Illinois.
Is that true?
I'm not sure.
Well, I am. My child, what I am about to do is a painful but necessary parental duty.
I'll go look it up and see if he can.
Good morning, honey. May I have some coffee, dear? Oh, look, honey, I said I was sorry.
Sit down, Gregory.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you could join me for breakfast. I hate eating alone.
Come on, honey, make up. I said it was just a joke.
That's a very pretty tie, Gregory.
Thank you, Margie.
Will you please tell her I said it was just a joke?
Your father says it was just a joke.
You may tell my father that to suffer indignities, humiliations, and mental anguish, that's a joke?
Your daughter says that to suffer indignities, humiliations, and...
Oh, I give up.
You have my sympathy. Your father placed you in a most embarrassing position.
That he did.
Yeah, he was right about the law, though. Technically, you are an adult child. But you can free yourself from this state of bondage.
I can? How?
Simple. You can become emancipated by getting married.
Married?
Yes. But I doubt if your father would be overjoyed to have me as a son-in-law.
That would be the topper. It really would. Gregory, I've got it. Come back and pick me up in an hour.
Well, sure, but...
I'll explain later. Mr. Albright's secretary, please. Hello, this is Margie. I'd like to leave a message for my father. Quote, Father, you went too far. I can't go on as an adult child. I'm being legally emancipated by marriage. Sutton versus Kilpatrick. I'm sure that in time you'll learn to love Gregory as much as I do. Goodbye. End quote. That should do it. Thank you.
Where to?
I'm going to spend the night with a girlfriend in Westchester. About 2 hours drive. Do you mind?
My pleasure.
We'll stop on the way for a snack. My treat.
Fine. Margie! Hey, Margie!
Oh, hi, Mr. Mr. Albright. Say, did you know that...
Skipper, this is important. Freddie, the worst has happened. It's all my fault. I drove her to it.
But I just want to tell you that...
Some other time. Margie's gone crazy. She's eloping with that lawyer idiot.
Well, that's what I've been trying to say. They just went that way.
Oh, why didn't you tell me? Freddie, we've got to stop them.
How?
Well, you call the police and I'll go get my car and try to catch them.
Well, what am I going to tell the police?
Tell them anything, just as long as we stop them.
Operator, get me the police, quick. Hello, police? There's been a murder. Yeah, a gunman in his mall. Dangerous, heavily armed. They're heading north in a stolen car. Yeah, it's a green convertible registered in the name of Gregory Brent.
Wanted for a series of holdups and murders. Police believe they may be the notorious Silk Slattery and his attractive gun-toting moll, Queenie. The car they stole for their getaway is a green convertible registered in the name of Gregory Brent.
I read in the paper where the dame is a better shot even than Slattery. Hey, a green convertible. A guy and a dame. And they're coming in. Sneak out and check that car registration. If it's them, call the cops from the gas station.
Two peanut butter sandwiches, please.
Peanut butter sandwiches?
Yes, and make it snappy.
Is it them?
Yeah, I called the cops. They don't look so tough. I bet you there's a big reward for them. Count me out. I don't want to get shot.
Now, wait a minute. You can't get shot if they can't see you. Come on.
What's the matter with these people? Everybody's so quiet. Sort of eerie.
Mr. Albright,
Yes?
this gun moll claims to be your daughter.
Dad, I was only trying to scare you, to pay you back for that spanking. Tell him who I am.
I have no daughter.
Dad.
I had one, loving and obedient, but she ran away to get married. I am all alone now.
I'm not married and I don't want to be.
No matter. My daughter left me and my home. Legally, she's on her own now.
Oh, I see. Well, I'll just take this delinquent down and book her.
Oh, but Mr. Albright, there are some things more important than law. Parental love. Have you no heart?
I'm touched by the sad case of this poor delinquent. If you will release her in my custody, I'll try and reform her.
Well, what about this joker?
You can release him too, but outside.
Mr. Albright! Mr. Albright! Mr. Albright! I did it, Mr. Albright. I stopped them. My scheme worked. I told the police they were criminals.
So you're the joker. The chief would like to have a talk with you.
But, Mr. Albright, you told me to.
Come on.
But, Mr. Albright!
Dad, I've had it. From now on, let's take the law into our own hands, Dad, I'm going to turn over a new leaf. From now on, I'm going to keep out of trouble.
I must be losing my hearing. I could have sworn you said you were going to keep out of trouble.
I did. Don't you think I can?
Frankly, no. Well, that's my little Margie.